Hello, this is Charlene. We're going to be simplifying monomials that have exponents, but that also involve division and subtraction. So this big old thing looks a little scary, but it's actually not if we break it down into its parts and pieces. And if we also understand that we need to think about order of operations. So let's remind ourselves about order of operations. When we are doing order of operations, combining terms is also the same thing as like simplifying terms. So we go this direction. So the first things that we're going to think about are anything in parentheses, in absolute value signs, brackets, and exponents. So those are the only two things that we are actually going to focus on first. So if we think about that, what's the first step? Don't focus on what you're going to do at the end yet, just focus on what we need to do first. So what we need to do first is focus on all of the parentheses. So here are some parentheses right there. I'll go ahead and get rid of that stuff here. Yeah, we've got parentheses right here, and we've got parentheses right there, but we also have exponents. I have an exponent right there and an exponent right there. So the question is, can I do anything to the inside of the parentheses? 2x cubed. Can I do anything else to it? No, that's all I can do to it. I can't do anything to it. Same thing for 3y4 to the fourth power. I cannot actually do anything to that, but I can go to that exponent and I can distribute that exponent into the parentheses. And when I distribute the exponent, the power, into the parentheses, it will eliminate the parentheses. So that's what we're going to do first. So let's go ahead and pull this up. I've kind of already written this down, rewritten it so I can kind of spread it out here. Okay, so the first thing is to distribute the 2 to the x cubed and the 2 to the 2. So that means I'm actually going to rewrite that over here. I'm going to say 2 squared, and then when we have an exponent outside the parentheses, I'm going to multiply it times any powers inside the parentheses. Going to multiply it. So that means that I'm going to have x to the 3 times 2. So 3 times 2 is 6 power. Okay, so that is, I've just taken care of that part of it. Okay, so now I'm going to focus on this part of it. And again, we're going to take that exponent and we're going to distribute it into the parentheses, but it will affect everything inside the parentheses, the variables and the plain old numbers, which are coefficients to our variables. Okay, so at that point I'm going to have 3 cubed. So I'm going to say 3 cubed, and then it's going to be y to the 4th raised to the 3rd power, and when I raise it to that 3rd power, again, it's going to be 3 times the 4. So over here I'm going to end up with y to the 3 times 4, which is 12. Okay, and again, just going back to, if you haven't watched any of my videos before, just to make sure that you do understand that this 2 is being multiplied times the x cubed, which is being multiplied times the 3, which is being multiplied times the y to the 4th. So same thing down here. This is being multiplied times that, multiplied and multiplied. Everything's being multiplied. Okay, so this is just the numerator. We're just talking about the numerator right now. But let's go ahead and look at the denominator for just a second here. So let's go ahead and put our fraction bar. I'll go ahead and change colors here. Okay, so let's put our fraction bar. Can we do anything else to the 12x to the 4th, y to the 5th? Nope, I really can't do anything to that. So for right now, I'm just going to write all that back out again. To the 4th, y to the 5th. Okay, so at that point, I want to make this a little bit smaller so I can have a little bit more room to function. Let's try it again. Is this going to make it smaller for me? Yes, I love that feature. That's so wonderful. Okay, so at this point, let's go back down here. We are going to have equals. Okay, so can I go ahead and work out 2 squared? 2 squared means 2 times 2, and 2 times 2 is 4. Okay, and x to the 6th is still just x to the 6th. And then can I work out 3 cubed, which means 3 times 3 times 3? Yes, 3 times 3 times 3 is 27. Like I said, I'm going to let you use your calculator to figure that out. And then I've got the y to the 12th. And again, in the denominator, I've got 12 x to the 4th, y to the 5th. So at this point, we have gotten rid of all of our parentheses and and combined any exponents that we could by doing this right here and this right here. Okay, so at this point, let's look at our numbers. I have a 4 here, a 27, and a 12. Can I reduce those? If you'd like to do that on the side, that would be fine. We can do 4 times 27 and divided by the 12. Well, I can reduce the 4/12 to 1/3. So that would be like 1 times 27 over 3. Well, does 27, can it be divided by 3? Yes, 27 divided by 3 is 9. So that means that that could change into a 9. So I've just taken care of my 4, my 27, and my 12. Now let's look at the x's. I have 6 x's right there, and I have 4 x's right there. Well, I can literally cancel these 4 x's with 4 of those, and if I cancel or take away 4 of those 6 x's, that would leave me with 2 x's. So that's going to be x squared. So I'm now taking care of my x terms. So now let's look at, let's see here, I'll find a different color here. My y terms. There are 12 y's right there. There are 5 y's right there. So I can literally cancel all 5 of those with 5 of these. I can take away 5 of these 12 y's, and that would leave me with what? 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yeah, so that would leave me with 7 y's. So it'd be y to the 7th. So I've literally canceled everything in the denominator out. It no longer exists. So now let's go ahead and move on my little calculations over here, because we need to focus on this part of the equation right there. We've got a negative 4x squared y to the 7th. So I've got that already written out here for us. This is how we're going to finish the problem. So magically, we now have 2 like terms, x squared y 7th, x squared y to the 7th. Those are the same base variables. So that means that now that we have the same and the same, we can now combine their coefficients. 9 minus 4. So what is 9 minus 4? 9 minus 4 is 5. X squared y to the 7th. So does that make sense to you that we have 9 of these things, and then we want to take away 4 of the same thing, and so that gives us a final answer of 5x squared y to the 7th. Hopefully that helps you think through the process and makes it a little simpler for you to do the next one on your own. Have a great day.